and welcome back to my channel. Today we have a song that should, if we ask my lovely patron Eric Droddy, who has recommended this song, should be one that should make you cry. And if you know, I have my emotions, I wear my heart on my sleeve, so sometimes I get extremely moved by videos or music, and there is a chance that I might bawl my eyes out, but let us see. How Could You Leave Us? I think the title speaks for itself. We already know that this is going to be a sad one. So let's take some deep breaths and go into this. If you also want to recommend songs and you want to support the channel, you're willing to subscribe and join the Patreon. There's a link in the description, and I think we should just throw ourselves into this. Here we go.
How could you leave so unexpected? We waited for you, but you just left us. We needed you, I needed you. Yo, I don't know what it's like to be addicted to pills, but I do know what it's like to be a witness that kills. Mama told me she loved me, I'm thinking this isn't real. I think of you when I get a whiff of that cigarette smell, yeah. Welcome to the bottom of hell. They say pain is a prison, let me out of my cell. You say you proud of me, but you don't know me that well. Sit in my room, tears running down my face, and I yell into my pillowcases. Say you coming to get us, then call a minute later just to tell us you're not. I'm humiliated. I'm in a room with a parent that I don't barely know. Some lady in the corner watching us while she's taking notes. I don't get it, mom. Don't you wanna watch your babies grow? I guess pills are more important. All you have to say is no, but you won't do it, will you? You gon' keep popping till them pills kill you. I know you're gone, but I can still feel you. Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Oh. I got this picture in my room and it kills me, but I don't need a picture of my mom, I need the real thing. Now a relationship is something we won't ever have, but why do I feel like I lost something that I never had? You should have been there when I graduated, told me you love me and congratulations. Instead you left us at the window waiting. Where you at, mom? We're too young to understand. Where you at, huh? Yeah, I know them drugs that got you held captive. I can see it in your eyes, they got your mind captured. Some say it's fun to get the high, but I am not laughing. And what you don't realize and what you're not grasping, that I was nothing but a kid who couldn't understand it. I ain't gon' say that I forgive you, cause it hasn't happened. I thought that maybe I'd feel better as time passes. If you really cared for me, then where you at then? Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Our last conversation, you and I sat in the living room talking about my music, and I brought you something to listen to. You started crying, telling me this isn't you. A couple weeks later, guess you were singing a different tune. You took them pills for the last time, didn't you? They took you from us once, I guess they came back to finish you. Crying my eyes out in the studio is difficult. Music is the only place that I can go to speak to you. It took everything inside of me not to scream at your funeral. Sitting in my chair, that person talking was pitiful. I wish you were here, mama, but every time I picture you, all I feel is pain. I hate the way I remember you. They found you on the floor, I could tell you felt hollow. Gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. You gave everything you had, plus your life to them pill bottles. Don't know if you hear me or not, but if you're still watching, why? Why would you leave us? Why would you leave us? How could you leave us? How could you leave us? Why would you leave us? Sometimes I think about sometimes I think about things like You know, when I have kids, I'm like, you won't be there, you know. You won't be there for any of that. I'll never get to see you again. Sometimes I wish I would have just called you. I wish I would have just picked up the phone. I wish you were here. I mean, you should have been there for us. You should have been here. The pills got you right. And pills got you right. I wish you were here.
Okay, Eric, my patron who requested this song, definitely so sad, so emotional. First thing is that I think it's quite brave that he is just letting all those emotions out there. That can itself be so difficult. So when people use music to, like, as basically therapy, I think that's so amazing, because I know so many people will listen to this and feel like they're basically not alone feeling this way, that sometimes going through some intense stuff myself, or what I've heard from thousands of clients and so many friends, is that one of the worst thing about sometimes going through something is that it feels so incredibly isolating, and you just feel so alone with that pain. So just realizing that there are actually so many people who can relate is itself healing. So I think I have so much respect for people putting something like this out there, and definitely know people very close to me who have had this experience with losing one parent to some kind of abuse, and I think it makes me respect even more that he is willing, NF is willing to put it out there. Right, massive respect. And the video was just really painful, but I think it also, that the fact that you heard him like cry at the end, and as a part of the music, I think it's actually so freaking brave and badass, because he is using his raw emotions as a part of the music instead of just using his voice and the lyrics and like the visuals. Like everything just became a part of this raw expression. I think it was really, yeah, intense but beautiful in its own way. So if you watched this and you cried, let's start with looking at You're Not Alone. I cried my eyes out as well, and I think a lot of people did. And by the way, it's actually sometimes really good to just let it out. I'm all for that. And of course, if you get really triggered and uncomfortable with seeing people cry or cry yourself, also get that. I felt that way the most of my life. But clearly I've been working on that since I'm willing to film myself. And I think my most watched video on YouTube, it has like insanely, I think it has even 1 million views by now. It is a video where I cry. I think it's a video where I cry the most, because the song is so gut-wreckingly sad. So it's out there. But I think, you know, this is just a reminder of emotions. Even these emotions are simply a part of being a human being. We have these emotions for a reason. Of course, we don't want to dwell on them. Like depression is basically having unmet needs. Like, for example, not being able to, basically having unmet needs or perceiving that you will never have them met. So, for example, if you start believing that life is difficult and painful, or you will never be happy, or happiness is not for you, some stuff of that will take someone from sadness into legit depression. And the only thing is that you just believe that the sadness will not end, or you will never really get what you want or feel better, and that makes sadness into depression. And we can flip that switch. You can be sad and it can feel really hard, and it can even have been hard for really, really many years, and you can flip the switch by implementing something new, or like, yeah, there's so many ways to do it. I could talk about this for a long time. I just went out on a track, but I'm just really inspired by people who can show up with the sadness, and we can see sadness as, just because you're sad doesn't mean that you'll be depressed and never happy again, and you can actually flip the switch. And usually going into the sadness is the way out of it. Like, it's okay to just let that stuff out, and I think he did that, and I thought it was amazing. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about this song, if you can relate to what I'm saying. I'm just curious about your thoughts, and I can't wait to have a chit chat with you in the comment section. You're welcome to sub if you enjoyed this, and thank you for watching. I hope I will see you soon. Love you, bye.